Hello. I'm back. I'm here. I'm playing Stardew Valley again because I'm obsessed with it again. I'll go through phases like this, but it is what it is. I don't really feel like playing anything else, so bear with me. What's up, Buttercup? My lovely dog is now all of a sudden interested in what I'm doing now that I'm sitting down to stream. I don't know why. She wanted nothing to do with me during dinner when I was on the couch. Get up, baby. Moving. Go ahead. Ah. Hello, Lemon Raccoon Gremlin. I love your name. How are you? How goes? Ooh. Oh, such a cute emoji. Very cute. How are you, my friend? I was doing dishes right before this, and now my hands have that sponge smell, and I hate it. You know what I'm talking about? That weird smell that sponges have? Ugh. Doggo, come here. No, wait, come back. But other than that, I'm fine. It's really hot here. So the AC's been on all day, so my game room, which is downstairs in an underground basement, is very cold. I'm in slippers, a long sleeve shirt, and I have a mug of tea, and it's on a heater, and I have a foot warmer. Nice and toasty. I may or may not have to put a blanket on me, but that's okay. And yeah, the icky sponge smell. So I hate that for me. I wish I had put some of my nice lotion on before I sat down to play, but I did not. But anyway, I, this morning, started off needing to quote-unquote rescue baby birds from my garage. They weren't injured or in dire need or anything like that, but we have some sort of small bird. I don't even know what kind it is. But she built a nest in our garage. We first moved into the house over winter, and we were like, oh, what is this weird pile of leaves doing here? So we threw it out. Well, come spring, she moved back into the garage and built the nest again. Beautiful nest. Gorgeous nest. Well, she's had babies, and she had one set of babies like a month or two ago, and she's recently had another set of babies, and those babies learned how to fly today. Well, they learned how to fly, but they didn't know how to get out of the garage. There's a very specific place that she enters and exits the garage from, and they didn't know how to do that. So all three of them were trying to fly through a window that's in her garage. So this morning, before I left for work, I opened the garage door. They didn't get the hint, so I had to corral them and, like, catch them and release them out of the garage door. And it was very cute. They were so soft. And they were fussing up a storm, yelling at me whenever I had a hold of them. But they were so cute. I love the baby birds. Because without a fail, every single time we have baby birds in our garage, we have to catch them to release them out of the garage. They can't figure out how to follow mom out of the garage themselves. And it's always a treat to get to interact with the baby birds. We're slowly trying to... Hello, Pearl Poltergeist! How are you? We're slowly trying to get the mom acclimated to us because she keeps coming back into the garage to have babies. And it's not like her nest is out of reach. It's like at head/shoulder level. Very much within arm's reach. On like a little shelf thing. And she'll let us, like, walk right up to the nest and stare at us from inside of it. One day, we're gonna befriend her enough that she will let us hold her. I hope. My farm is so organized, I must lurk, but I love you. I love you too, my dear. Have fun with your lurkin'. Thank you for stopping in. So yeah, baby birds this morning. That's how my day started. It was great. I loved it so much. Baby animals are the fastest, one of the fastest ways to my hearts. Yes, I have multiple. I am an eldered being. Um, no, one of the fastest way to my heart. All right, let's see. I used most of my energy. I'm gonna go find Shane and give him one of these peppers. He'll love it and then proceed to hate me, but that's okay. I'm gonna sell. A, yeah, I don't need any of these for community center. Sell. All right, Shane and Lewis. Let's go. Hey, yeah. Do you have any um animal stories that you want to share? We have all sorts of animals around the house that we've moved into. We have a lot of deer that like to sleep in the leaf piles in the backyard. I've seen a couple snakes. Oh, hello. Do you want a pepper? Nice. She loved it. Marnie, do you want a pepper? um, there's all sorts of squirrels. There's the cutest chipmunks that you've ever like fucking seen living underneath our porch. No, I don't want to eat the pepper. Here. They're so cute. Though, unfortunately, I think one of the feral cats got a hold of one of the chipmunks. Because I've only seen one running around. There used to be two. But that's life. That's nature, right? Unfortunately, predators catch prey. But there's also this really cute orange cat that we're working on befriending. Pearl knows, but I don't know if you do. I don't know if you were in here the last time I mentioned the orange cat. He's feral as far as we can tell, but very friendly. I don't know if you know anything about orange cats, but every orange cat I've ever met has been really affectionate, very friendly, and all male. So we are trying to befriend him and take him home with us. The biggest hurdle is our dog, Lily. She like won't attack cats. She's really interested in cats. But she doesn't know how to interact with cats, right? So she'll run up to a cat like she would another dog and do the play, like twitchy, like stance. I don't even know how to describe it, but she'll run up and do that to a cat, and cats hate it. Obviously, they're not dogs, so they don't understand that same dynamic. But one day, one day they'll be friends, and one day that cat will follow us home, and one day we will have a new member of our family, and it's gonna be glorious. All right, I'm just exploring, looking for forageables. Lately, I've been really into a YouTube channel called Snake Discovery, and it's exactly what it sounds like. They are a couple, they own a business. It's like a herpetology zoo or like a reptile zoo. And they breed snakes and lizards and all sorts of stuff. Very cool channel. Highly recommended if you're interested in any of that sort of stuff. But they have a lot of what's called a hognose snake now. And I think hognose snakes are the cutest stinking snakes I've ever seen, and I really, 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 really want one. And I think once I'm at a point with the house where we don't have to like make a bunch of upgrades and stuff, I would like to get a little terrarium thing and get a little hognose snake because they're so cute and they're so chill and they have like the cutest little like puffy chubby cheeks and their little noses are adorable. Hognose snakes are adorable. Orange cats are the sweetest except when babies. Then they are evil. I know Snake Discovery. I used to watch them a lot when I was younger. Hognose snakes are adorable. They are, right? They're so cute. I used to have an orange cat. His name was Tiger. um, I had him ever since he was a kitten. I don't remember him being particularly evil. I remember him having a lot of energy, like the type of energy that he would run around in the middle of the night, and you just hear him sprinting up and down the hallway. Um, though I think our neighbors took him because at the time where we lived, we had a dog door that went into and out of the house because we had dogs, fenced in backyard. They could come in and out as they pleased. It was great. But the cats, obviously, if you can avoid it, don't let your cats outside. But we had dogs that could use the dog door, and they figured out how to use the dog door because they're not dumb, you know what I mean? So they were indoor outdoor cats, and our neighbors hated that. Well, one day we went on vacation, and when we came back, our neighbors were like, yeah, he just didn't show up one day. And our neighbors never invited us back to their house ever again. And we think that they took our cat and didn't tell us. And I hate that for me because he was such a sweet cat. I loved him so much. People suck. I'm sure they had the best intentions, but like, I don't know. You still shouldn't take someone's animal when they clearly love their animal. You know what I mean? But what do I know? Okay. My friend's baby orange cat attacks everyone's ankles. Also, they definitely did it. I think they do too. I don't have definitive proof, but I am almost like 99.99% sure that they straight up took our cat. Which I hate for me, but I can't do much about it now. I don't even live in that state anymore, so it's not like I could go back and confront them. But on the note of snake discovery, if you watched it when you were younger, I don't know if you know, but they've like moved into an actual building that has it's like a full-on reptile zoo. It's really cool. Even if you don't want to like watch them a lot again, I would at least check out one of their videos to see what the new setup looks like. It's very cool. They have so many reptiles now. Me on my way to their house. A raccoon with a knife. Beautiful. I'd be low-key terrified though if I saw a raccoon running up on me with a knife in its hand because they could like walk on their hind legs, right? I have no doubt in my mind that you could hand a knife to a raccoon and it would walk on its hind legs. That coming at me in the night or anytime in general, freak me out. Freak me out, man. But you know I'd have to videotape it. Put that shit on the internet. It's like when people give knives to crabs, right? Because crabs will like pinch anything that you put between their claws. So people hand them knives and it looks like they're wielding a knife against the person. It's fucking funny. I'm a simple person when it comes to humor, I guess. I remember them starting it. I never saw it fully done. I loved their gator so much. They still have her. She has her own little enclosure now. Super cute. I have 2 pictures of hawks with knives. That's very specific things to have pictures of. Is there context to why you have these pictures, or were you just like, haha, funny hawks, and kept the photos? Oh, did I check the weather for tomorrow? I don't think I did. Oops. Hello, Hellbound Ash. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. We are talking about animals wielding knives. You're tired? I'm so sorry. Did you not sleep well, or did you do a lot today? I think they are red tails or red shoulder hawks or some sort of juvenile bird. Got it, but why do they have knives? What is the concept of them? Is it like photoshopped having knives, or do they legitimately have knives? Speaking of animals, though, what's y'all's favorite animals? I stalked all day at my PT job at Dollar Tree, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah, that's a lot of work, my friend. I do not miss working retail at all. Though there are days at my work that um I have to do stocking because we get shipments in of lab supplies. And whenever we order lab supplies, it's like boxes and boxes of things. Because we order a lot in advance, so we don't have to keep ordering all the time. So there are days in the lab where we'll get a bunch of shipment of stuff in, and I'm like the only staff employee there. Everyone else is a graduate student, and they have classes and stuff to worry about and things like that. So on top of research that I have to do, I'm also responsible for stocking everything, and it could be a lot sometimes, especially when they don't tell me that they've run out of something. And it's not until someone's looking for it and we don't have any more that they're like, "Did you order this?" And I'm like, "No, no one told me. You guys need to tell me when you use the last of something or when something's running low." A raccoon. Does not surprise me, lemon raccoon gremlin, that your favorite animal is a raccoon. Hellbound Ash says foxes, wolves, and ferrets. Ferrets is in all caps. Are ferrets your favorite? I'm getting my first truck tomorrow and it's huge. Yeah, the funniest part is that's not the weirdest thing on my phone. What's the weirdest thing on your phone? Raccoon. Do you prefer lemon, raccoon, or gremlin? I love ferrets. They're cute. We have a lab. You might hate this. We have a lab that's new to our oh no, I didn't pay attention to the time. Fuck. I passed out. God damn it. Uh um what was I gonna say? Oh, we have a lab in our department they're new to the department. They study flu. Um the animal model, like the ideal animal model to study flu in, is ferrets. It's actually how they discovered flu as like a viral illness. They've always known like flu has existed for as long as people have really been getting sick, right? Oh no, 1,000 G. Okay. Let me pause this. That's actually how they discovered like flu was a viral illness and it's not something else like a bacteria or a fungus. Was its like host reservoir is ferrets. So they study the flu in ferrets. And I've been to see the ferrets. They're taken care of. They're very cute. But, you know, studying has to be studied. It's important, unfortunately. Hi, Moth! How are you? I liked the tweet that you tweeted at me. I think you also missed it, but I was so busy talking with chat that I wasn't paying attention to time, and I passed out at 2 a.m. And Mr. Jojaman Morris came by and took $1,000 out of my pockets and put me in my house like a creep. How are you? How are things? Whoop. Oops. Did you stream today? Or are you going to be streaming? Or do you have the day off? Also, we're talking about favorite animals. What is your favorite animal? Hellbound Ash is wolves, foxes, and ferrets. Ferrets in particular, I think, because they capitalized it. And then, of course, Lemon Raccoon Gremlin is raccoons. Yay, I saw your games and I love Sims 4 and Planet Zoo 2. OMG. Also rude of Jojo Man. Agreed. It's kind of creepy, right? I hate how everyone just seemingly has access to my house. I'm gonna go need to buy a salad as well so that I can finish watering my crops today. Yeah, I forgot though that BioShock existed as a game. BioShock is one of my like OG favorites. I haven't played it in a while, but it's one of my favorite games for story. But alas. I have lots of favorites for different reasons. Oh my goodness, hiccups. But everyone has been answering what their favorite animals are. I did not answer what my favorite animal is. My favorite animal, if you're asking as my VTuber Maeve, would be a nice big ol' brown bear. But if you're asking the person behind Maeve, i.e. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, okay. I must have inadvertently put that in my box. I don't remember putting it in there. That's fine. Hi, world! But how are you today? Are you doing well? How are things? Let's see, I need to grab copper bars. I think I'm going to upgrade my axe today. But the person behind Maeve as a VTuber, so me, IRL, my favorite animal is a snow leopard. I think they're so freaking cute. And they're just like giant spastic kitty cats, right? Like, they'll just jump off of things for the sake of jumping off of things. And their tails are so big and fluffy. Their tails are practically as long as their body, if not a little bit longer. Snow leopards are so cool. That's a hard question. I like so many animals. I think I like cephalopods the most. Got it. Is there a particular cephalopod? And I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've taken like a basic biology class because I've focused in microbiology. Cephalopods are things like octopi, right? Octopus and squids. Am I remembering that correctly? It was a day at work, but now I'm relaxing. Well, I'm glad you're relaxing. I'm sorry it was a day at work. My day at work was pretty good. You missed my story earlier, though. There was baby birds in my garage this morning. We have a beautiful nesting bird in our garage. She's had one set of babies already. They've grown up and all flown the nest, so to speak. And now she's had another set, and that set was old enough to fly today. So I got the wonderful pleasure of releasing them from the garage this morning. They were very cute. I keep forgetting that I need to take pictures of them. I'm so preoccupied with, like, helping them out of the garage that I never think to document the whole experience. I'm not very good with the whole social media thing. You're right, cuttlefish are my favorite because I think they're so cute, but a very close second is a giant red octopus. They're just amazing, I think. I think of all the sea animals, I think octopus are my favorite. Simply because they're so intelligent. And then, what's it called? Dolphins would be a close second, followed by, like, killer whales, orcas, and then beluga, I believe. And then there's some other, like, minor dolphins. River dolphins are also so cute, but you can't really consider those an ocean animal. They're a river animal. What's it gonna do? Copper axe. Let's go. Beautiful. Okay. And I also need to get a salad while I'm here. Yeah, I think all animals are beautiful in their own way. Some of them look kind of weird, don't get me wrong, but, like, from just a biology standpoint, animals are fantastic to learn about. They're great. A red snapper. It's Clint. I don't want to help Clint. Kind of rude of me, I guess, but you guys should have seen the meme that I posted of Clint earlier on my Twitter. Up to you. I have 84 videos and 18 photos. 99% are of one character from anime. Overall, it's 102. I watched all 3 animes with him in it. The 1998 version, the movie, and the 2023 version. Sorry I took so long. My dog came into my room. Understandable. I do not blame you for getting distracted by a dog. My dog, she's laying and sleeping right now, but whenever she moves, it's also distracting because I think she's the best girl ever. My favorite place is the aquarium, to be honest. I get so excited every time I see all the things. Oh, you two know each other. Beautiful. I love this for us, all friends in chat. Did you know, in the Irish language, which is a heavy influence of my VTuber, they don't have a word for stranger. The most equivalent term is friend unmet, and I love that. We're all friends here. Even if you're new, even if you're lurking and haven't said anything, you're still my friend. Happy that you could be here with us. Oh, I love that. That makes my heart happy. Mine too. I learned that when I was in Ireland. Me and my friend went in 2018, and we had a blast. I'm super happy she invited me. I want to go back. If for some odd reason I ever need to flee the country, uh, I will flee to Ireland. Oops. Heyo, that's pretty cool. Hey, Xenocus, how are you? I'm going to rewatch all the 84 videos later. Well, I hope the rewatching goes well. Ireland is amazing. Indeed it is. And the people there are so nice. I like to equate the Irish people to the Canadians of Europe. That's all they are. They're just the Canadians of Europe. And then, of course, you have like New Zealand slash Australia, that they're like the Canadians of the Southern Hemisphere. You got the job. You got a job, and it's the one I wanted. Nice. I'm so happy for you. I hope it's everything you wanted and more. Much congratulations. It's always exciting to get a new job. Or at least one that you want to get. It's not necessarily exciting if it's just some sort of obligation because you need to pay bills. But it's nice that you could pay bills and it's something you wanted. I'm still waiting to hear back from the person who I now have contact with at the organization that I want to work at. They haven't responded yet, and it makes me nervous. I didn't apply for a job or anything, so it's not like I'm expecting to hear back for a position, sort of thing. But like, they were like, "What are you interested in the organization?" So they're like my in, if that makes sense. If I can get on in good with this person, then maybe they can get me a job that I want. I also totally don't have the character as my background on my lock screen, home screen, and I totally didn't download an app just to talk to an AI version of him. You need to tell me who this character is. I'm intrigued. That sucks. Hopefully they're just really busy or bad at checking emails. I believe in you being a good fit for the new job. Oh, thank you so much. Last I heard, they were considering me for a lab manager position, but when she asked what positions I was interested in, I don't really want to be a lab manager. I really want to move out of the like manager aspect of my job. I want to focus on research and not split my time between research and managing employees. But if I must be a lab manager, because it's all that's available, I would be good at it, and I would gladly do it if it meant getting in with the organization. That is my ultimate end goal. Vash the Stampede. Oh no, ads. I will wait for ads to be done. Up. Yeah. Let me know when you're back. Ads. You've returned. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know who Vash the Stampede is. I will have to look it up. It was a short one. Good, I'm glad. If I had a choice, I would totally forego ad revenue and just disable ads altogether. But I don't have a choice, unfortunately. Twitch has to make their money off of me some way. Trigun. I've heard what that is. I've never seen it, though. Yeah, managing people on top of having other more interesting responsibilities does suck, though it's good to hear that they're considering you. Thank you so much, Xenokis. And also, Vash the Stampede is the shit. I enjoy both the 90s version of the anime and the newer version of Trigun. I'll look at you two having things in common. I wish I was more versed in anime. Sadly, I'm really only well versed in like more mainstream stuff. And when I say mainstream, I really mean most recent stuff because I was never a huge fan of like Dragon Ball growing up. I watched some Naruto as a kid, but mostly I was really into Cartoon Network. So instead of watching anime, I was watching cartoons, like Foster's or Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go, um, and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I'm late to the bandwagon, and I'm trying to catch up. Slowly making my way through Naruto. I don't even know if I want to tackle One Piece, but I've watched through Fairy Tail. Demon Slayer's really good. That's like my favorite at the moment. Um, and there's some others that I've seen. Of course, Death Note I've seen. That was really good. I didn't so much like the ending though. And yeah, I wish I could simp with you guys. I would sell my soul for that man. Is it an aesthetic thing or a personality thing or both? Oh, I'm sitting here drinking water and I forgot I made tea. Shame on me. Also, don't let me fall asleep at 2 a.m. and pass out for what's-his-face to take money from me. Hmm. Tea is good. I love tea. He's really silly. One Piece is a slog. Like, I enjoy it, but it's not an easy task to start, in my opinion. It takes like 100+ episodes to honestly start getting into the good shit. I could imagine with as long as One Piece has been around as well, because it started on cable television before streaming services, I'm sure it fell into that trap of repeating segments as a recap in the episode, which is what Naruto did early on. And they still do it once they caught up to the manga and needed to wait for it to come out. It was either filler or entire episode recaps, which it's hard to get through when you're binge watching something and you already know what happened because you saw it earlier that day. Even when he's in grave danger, he's silly. He doesn't want to kill ever. He does, but against his will. He's such a BBG. I'm currently in like 680+ eps. Have like 300+ to go, and then gotta switch to manga. And then absolutely can waste 5 to 7 minutes of recap sometimes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the term is shonen. Please don't like come at me. I don't know terms that well, but I'm pretty sure shonen is also really bad about recapping in their episodes for some reason. I don't know why. Or at least old school shonen is. There was a couple episodes where he was shirtless. I'm gonna have to look up this man. Give me a moment. Go to sleep for the night. I'm gonna look it up right now. Hopefully my game doesn't crash. Alright. Vash the Stampede. I'm looking him up now. Oh, he a cutie! Yeah? He attractive. He kind of looks like Sam, or rather, Sam kind of looks like him. I love that. I could see why you are acting the way you are acting. It's understandable. Just from looks alone. I know nothing else about this man. Alright. Let's see. What's luck like today? Ugh, they're annoyed with me. Great. Look up the shirtless scene? Okay, hold on. I will look up the shirtless scene. Vash. Wow. Vash? I can't talk. I'm so sorry. Vash, the Stampede. Shirtless. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. I'm researching, I promise. What happened to the boy, though? He attractive, but what happened? What's his deal? He's so silly. He's acting like a girl just caught him. Or, he's acting like a girl who just got walked in on, trying to cover his boobies. Listen, you guys didn't see anything. As far as filters are concerned, it doesn't matter if it was off or on for me. It doesn't say. They don't tell you why he has scars and stuff? I want to know, though. Interesting. But for those of you in here who might not play Stardew Valley, there's a character in here whose name is Sam. There he is! Look at him. They kind of look alike. Granted, the Sam in the game is very, like, pixelated. So it could be seen as a stretch, but I can live in my own little happy world that is Stardew Valley and pretend they're the same. Guess I gotta watch something new. Oh no. I'm currently in the middle of rewatching Demon Slayer with one of my friends because she had never seen it. And the Demon Slayer art style is fucking gorgeous. And every, like, practically almost every single character is hot. I love it. He also has a 600 million... What is that? But then most parts say 600 billion? Oh, the money, okay, or the currency of that world. So he's handsome and rich. I have to watch Demon Slayer. I also need to make a list of anime to watch, to be honest. Me too. As I don't know if you were in here when I said it, but I'm like really behind on the times when it comes to anime. I'm trying to get caught up on like all the must-watches, but sometimes it could be difficult. I simp for one man and one man only, and that is Alucard from Hellsing. Also, Demon Slayer is a shit, loving the new season. That's his bounty. Oh! I mean, if he turns himself in and collects his own money, he'd be rich then. But also, he a bad boy then. Even if it's inadvertent. I have not seen Hellsing yet. I need to watch it. But I've watched Castlevania, and the Alucard in Castlevania I also very much really love. He's gorgeous, and one day I want to do a femme cosplay of him. But I need money, extra spending cash. Right now all my money is going to my house. Because being a homeowner is expensive. I haven't watched the new season of Demon Slayer yet. I've watched the Sword Village arc. I think that's the newest one, or at the very least that's the last season I watched. If there's another season out, then great, I have something to look forward to. But Inosuke is good. He's a gorgeous man, but I initially watched the Demon Slayer anime in English with my significant other because we like to eat while we watch, and sometimes when you're eating, you cannot both eat and look at the screen at the same time. So we watch in English so that we don't have to worry about reading subtitles and trying to like shovel food into our mouths all at the same time. And then with my friend, we're watching it. I'm rewatching it. She's watching it for the first time. She likes to watch things subbed, so I'm watching it subbed. And I must say, even though I generally prefer the voices of subbed anime, Inosuke's voice in the dubbed version, I really like more than the voice of the subbed, which is probably people are probably going to be mad about that, but oh well. Hellsing Ultimate. Don't watch the original Hellsing. We don't talk about that one. Why not? Is that like when people say if you're going to watch Dragon Ball Z, watch the abridged version? Don't watch everything? Cosplay is such a cool talent, to be honest. I watch so many cool cosplays. Yeah, oh, I love following people on like Twitter who are really good at cosplay stuff. I wish I was better, but sadly, I don't know how to sew, so I buy my costumes. Okay, what else do I want to do today? I have bad luck, so I can't really do much. My axe is in the shop. It's real bad. Animation mid, storylines are somewhat jumbled, and other things that just aren't nearly as good as they were made to be in Ultimate. Ah, I see. Well, I will keep that in mind to watch the Ultimate version and not the original. There's also animes that I need to finish that I started watching and I never did, like Black Butler, The Gray Man. I don't even think I want to go there with Pokemon, but I technically started watching Pokemon and then stopped. I know people are very fond of Pokemon, but I think I'm a little too old to just jump into watching it, if I'm honest. Because I didn't watch it as a kid, I don't have the nostalgia there holding me to it. So I watch it and I'm like, wow, this is very not my speed. There's a 0% chance I'd be good at it, but watching people craft things out of Warbler? What is Warbler? And foam is so impressive. I've never heard of Warbler. I've heard of like crafting and sculpting clay, or air dry clay if you want to call it that, and then of course EVA foam or EVA foam is also really cool. I actually have an entire suit of armor made out of EVA foam that looks like my Halo Reach character. It doesn't fit me anymore. I had that suit made when I was in high school and a string bean that was like 98 pounds. And now I'm a woman who's like 128 pounds. I have a badonk on me. I do not fit in the armor anymore. I used to watch BlizzCon for the WoW cosplays because it was so good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like any sort of convention, they always have some sort of cosplay competition. I love watching the cosplay stuff. Warbler is like plastic? Not really, but closest I can describe that you can melt and mold. Ah, I see. Good to know. Good to know. That was a good cosplay. Yeah, I have photos somewhere. Maybe I will dig up some photos of me in my Halo armor and post them to Twitter. I know for sure I have one. And then I'm standing next to someone and you can very clearly see how short I am. I am a short lady. Hence why my VTuber is a beautiful dwarf gal. But yeah, I want to get back into cosplay one day. I can't make it myself. I buy them and then I go, look at this pretty thing someone made that I'm wearing. Is there anything that I need to bring? No. Yes, cosplay photos. Okay, I will find uh photos of that cosplay and post them then. What's up, baby girl? Hello. My dog's moving around. I love her so much. Hello, baby girl. You're so good. Your sweetheart. I want to cosplay, but I don't know. I feel like the characters I want to cosplay don't match I don't match the physical appearance of it all. That's a beautiful thing about cosplay, though. Like, granted, the best cosplays are from people who resemble the characters in some way, but I've also seen some pretty dope-ass cosplays for people who don't resemble the characters at all, but, like, they've made a really cool outfit or something like that. So, I would say don't feel restricted. I mean, look at me! I cosplayed as a Spartan. Spartans are like 7 foot tall. I'm 5 foot tall, my guy. Don't let it hold you back. I believe in you. I feel like there's no shame in buying for cons either. You're supporting an artist, so I feel like that makes you and them happy. As long as you credit your artist. I've met people who are like, yeah, I built my own cosplay. Come to find out later that they just bought it and just tried to pass it off as them making it, which is really shitty, in my opinion. I could do a dad bod Kratos. You could probably get away with doing Thor if you want to go that route. There was a colored woman that played as Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Not gonna lie, she was kind of fire. I'm gonna ad-lib that one in. There's a girl that I follow on Twitter. Gorgeous melanin queen. She does all sorts of cosplays, and she's beautiful in all of them. She did a really good Raven. I loved her Raven cosplay so much. Ew, that is terrible. Yeah, don't take credit for something you didn't make. Be proud that you were able to support someone who's so talented when you buy a cosplay. It's okay to say that you didn't make it yourself. Though I do believe that sometimes convention rules, like if you want to do a cosplay competition, sometimes the convention rules are that you had to have made it yourself. Because otherwise they end up with a lot of professional, quote unquote, professional cosplayers who pretty much just get paid to, like, take photo shoots in cosplay, but they never make it themselves. They always buy it. They end up with a lot of those types of professionals entering the competitions, and people who make their own costumes don't have a chance to win because they can't compete with a $12,000 costume. That feels fair for a competition. I agree. I definitely agree. I'm always too shy to do competitions of any sort. Even if I was able to make my own costume and I was pretty proud of it, I still don't know if I could get up on a stage and have like hundreds of people judge my cosplay. I would be way too shy. My dog's just watching me smelt metal and he's just wagging his little tail. It's so cute. I don't know how well you could hear it on your end, but in my ears, I just hear the thump of the little tail in the ground. It's very cute. I'm gonna take a sippy sip of tea. Yes, a very good pepper. I'm sorry if the clinking of my spoon when I stir my tea is a bother. Do you guys like tea? I love tea, personally. I can't have too much of, like, my favorite type of tea anymore, which is, like, black sweetened tea. Unfortunately, I get kidney stones, but, I've become very fond of herbal teas. With honey. They're so good. I like it so much. But if I wasn't prone to kidney stones, I would be drinking peach black tea all day, every day, because it really good. So cute. My dog wouldn't have the patience for this. Oh, sleepy. It sounds cozy, to be honest. I didn't mind the tea clink. Tea drinking ASMR. I'm sad I'm not really super into tea. I keep trying to like it, so I'm slowly able to drink more. I can drink black coffee, but not drink tea. I was turned on to tea before I was turned on to coffee. I never liked coffee, and in fact, I'm a really recent coffee drinker. Um, After high school, when I joined the military, everyone kept always told me like, "Oh, you're gonna start drinking coffee in the military." Nope. 6 years of service, never really was into coffee. Um, like even up until, uh, like probably I'd say a year and a half, 2 years ago, I still didn't really drink coffee. I don't know what it was, but one day my significant other and I were on a road trip traveling down to Florida, stopped on a Dunkin' Highway. Whoa, I'm having a stroke. Oh my god. Stopped at a Dunkin' Donuts on the highway, and he got a mocha. And I was like, let me just get a little sip of that. So I took a little sip, and my brain was just like, oh, this is the best fucking thing ever. And ever since that little sip of Dunkin' Donuts mocha highways stop coffee, I've been like, you're not really a hot chocolate person anymore. You're a mocha person now. I still can't drink straight coffee, but a shot of espresso and some hot chocolate, count me in. Oh, it's almost 12. I'm gonna go to bed. Oh yeah, don't try a Starbucks white chocolate mocha. That has really ruined me. um, Lately, a couple times a week, I've been going to the Starbucks on campus where I work and getting a mocha in the morning. It's not a white chocolate mocha, but it's still a mocha, and it's still very good in my opinion. Oh, look at all the bloobs. Oh, and the peppers. Beautiful. What's y'all's favorite fruit? Or favorite vegetable? Or both? If I had to pick a favorite fruit, it would have to be raspberries. There's a lot of fruits I do like, but raspberries have to be my favorite. And then if I had to pick a favorite vegetable, probably zucchini. It's very versatile in terms of, like, meals. Mango. Mango's good. Okay. When I was a kid, I used to live in Texas, and I had neighbors who were Hispanic, and they always had mangoes. And they were always like, oh yeah, they're so good, blah, blah, blah. So one day I asked for one, and I, like, up until this point, I was like 6, 7 years old. I don't think I had ever actually had a mango. I had mango flavor things, but I never actually had a mango. So my friend, while I was over there, because they were babysitting me one day, like, was like, okay, and cut one up and gave it to me. And I don't know if it just wasn't ripe or what, but it did not taste good. It was like one of the worst fruit experiences I ever had. So I steered clear of mangoes for a while, but now I like mango drinks. I'm still hesitant to eat a mango though because of that experience. But I like mango as a fruit in things, as like a puree or as like little tiny cubes. So yeah, that's my mango story. I don't really know what the flavors are, but I've been enjoying stress relief and bedtime teas. Also, coffee is so good. Casey got me hooked and making me coffee mixed with honey and French vanilla. Ooh, I've never had coffee with honey. But I could see how that might be tasty. And as for the stress relief and bedtime teas, typically those are chamomile with other little herbal things in them to change the flavors. I have a particular tea that I really like. It's by Puka Teas, Puka. They have a nighttime berry flavor, which is chamomile and just like mixed berries. It's so good. I highly recommend it. You should try it. You think straws are your favorite. Straws are also good. I really want to get a strawberry bush to put in one of like the raised bed planters off the back of our porch. But I need to amend the soil in those planters because it's been a hot minute since anyone's taken care of those. So I need to get some berry mix and put it in there. But I would like to get some berry plants, and strawberries included, along with blueberries. And I would like to grow raspberries, but I don't know how well raspberries will grow where I am. Oh, I loved mixed berry I love mixed berry stuff. I'll have to try for sure. Do it. Highly recommend. If you need a photo, I could take a photo of the tea bag and send it to you. Or not the tea bag, the tea packaging. Ooh. I do remember Casey used to love Teavana teas. She used to always have some, various kinds, in the break room at GameStop when I used to work there. She's really the one that like got me turned on to herbal teas. When I started getting kidney stones from drinking black tea, she's the one that was like, oh, well, try all these. And she opened my eyes to the world of tea. What about vegetables? Everyone mentioned the fruit, but what's their favorite vegetable? Do tell. I know vegetables are typically less popular, but some people actually like vegetables more. For instance, one of my friends, Pearl Poltergeist, she would rather have a tray of veggies than a tray of fruit, which I think is blasphemous, because I love fruit so much. I like veggies too, and I'll definitely eat them, but I wouldn't choose them over fruit. Okay, all watered. I can go get my axe from Clint. And I think we could also upgrade something else today. Let's do the scythe or the hoe then. I think those are the only two things left to upgrade from this batch for copper. Hold on. I'm gonna drink some more tea. Green beans, probably. They were on like every dinner plate I had growing up, and I also just love them regardless. Green beans are good. Green beans are a good choice. I've become very fond of baking my green beans in the oven when I cook them. So like have fresh like raw green beans and throw them in the oven and bake them with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. They're really good that way. Yes. Yes, I take it you agree. I do the same thing with my carrots now too. I slice my carrots up into rounds and I do the same thing, and baked carrots are very good like that as well. Highly recommend. I actually had this conversation with Rick Brick on Twitter. A purple mushroom. 750G. I don't think I'm gonna get that, but I can try it tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow, maybe I'll go today. I feel like the oven baking vegetables just ascends most to the next level of taste. I agree. With one exception. Brussels sprouts. I do not like whole Brussels sprouts. However, I like to like cut them up and like shred them, so to speak. So like cut them into very like fine slivers, and because they're layered, they just turn into shreds of Brussels sprouts. And then pan frying those with salt, pepper, olive oil, and panko. Oh my god, so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then from there, it's really good to put on like an Alfredo pasta. Okay, let's see. A copper hoe. I have like all those things in my house. I might have to try that soon. Do it. And Brussels sprouts, when you cook them in the pan that way, they turn this very bright, pretty green color. It's gorgeous. Love it so much. Oh, I'm not trying to give her a rock. Let me talk to her. Thank you. I must say, HelloFresh, I never really liked to cook, partly because I was never taught how to cook. But once I moved out on my own, out of my parents' house and stuff like that, I did the thing for a while where I just like made pasta every night and threw some canned sauce on there and called it a day. But then I was like, you know, I should start eating better. So I began like getting the boxed meal prep stuff. HelloFresh so far has been my favorite. Not sponsored by any stretch of the imagination. But getting HelloFresh and learning how to cook and learning the different things you can do with vegetables and meat and pasta has like opened my eyes to cooking. And I love food so much more now. It's very surprising. I am now that type of person who's like, oh, well, the food I cook tastes better than like the chicken nuggets and macaroni that I love so dearly back when I didn't really know how to cook. It's just so much more flavor when you can cook your own meals for some reason. Not just because of the spices you add, but why didn't you block, you freak? Cooking has just changed food as an experience for me. It might seem silly, but I do not think I'm gonna get a purple mushroom today, but I'll try. I think I actually had one the other day and then I sold it, or that might have been a red mushroom. Oh, I definitely agree. Sure, I still love the occasional air-fried frozen meal, but if I've got the option and time to cook something, I'ma do it. Especially love grilling. Ironically enough, though, I don't have a grill at the moment. We also don't have a grill. And my significant other's family is coming down for 4th of July. And normally for like 4th of July, it's like barbecue food time, like, right? Everyone's outside, everyone's chilling out in the backyard, someone's grilling, there's meats and like stuff like that. And I'm like, we don't have a grill. What are we gonna do for 4th of July? It's almost blasphemous that we're not gonna have like grilled hot dogs and burgers for 4th of July. It feels un-American. So instead, I'm like, does your family like seafood? I will straight up do like a giant seafood broil. And like a giant crab pot for everyone. But I haven't gotten an answer yet. But of course, they may just say we want to go out to eat on 4th of July instead. I guess we'll find out. I hate how slow the ghosts are. Can you hurry up, sir? Thank you. Fuck. Oh, there's a frozen tear right there. Lots of winter roots. I'm gonna eat one. Oh, heck yes. I love a shrimp boil thing. Hey, that's not a bad alternative. I'd take that. Seafood broils are the shit. Used to love going out and catching a bunch of crabs throughout the day and then broiling them up with a few normal mix-ins. Yeah, I was thinking, because normally people throw, like, corn in with the broil, but I was thinking doing baked corn. I love baked corn. You take corn that's in the husk still and throw it in the oven and cook it up. Very good. Highly recommend. But yeah, so that's my alternative to grilled hamburgers and hot dogs. I think I still might do like deviled eggs and stuff and like potato salad for like sides that people could munch on throughout the day, but like the main dinner is going to be the seafood broil. Assuming no one's allergic to shellfish and assuming, oh no, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And assuming people like seafood. Obviously, if they're like, eh, I'm not gonna waste the money, and we might do tacos or something else instead. I feel the need to do something. I'm also very nervous because I've never cooked for that many people before. The most people I think I've ever really cooked for is like 4. And there's gonna be 10 people, I think, on 4th of July. Kind of nervous about that one. But I suppose I will let you all know how that goes. But who knows? Maybe one of our new neighbors will be like, hey, do you guys want to come over? We're cooking burgers and stuff. And then I won't... oh, goodness. And then I won't have to worry about it at all anyway. Ooh. Oh, fuck. My hoe isn't here. Oh, well. Okay. Let me put... I think I already gave that to Gunther. Oh, I got gold. Nice. Let's see. Sell that. Is it for real that I don't need to take any of this to the community center? Huh. Interesting. You can do it. I've had a similar experience grilling for Casey's entire 10 plus family, and they seem to love it. But hey, that neighbor invite is always a good alternative. Yeah. There's a lot of like one of our next door neighbors, he's like an old Navy vet, right? So I'm sure he's gonna do something for 4th of July. It would be nice if he invited us over, but I'm also not gonna like force it on him. Tomorrow's gonna be sunny. Summer's known for lightning storms. I don't have anything to make battery packs, so that's useless. Go to sleep for tonight. Level 8 farming. Nice. Ah, my hoe level has increased. Level 4 combat also increased. Beautiful. I'm gonna take a sippy sip of tea. When I start my garden, eventually, I would love to have like a section dedicated to stuff to make tea with. because a lot of the stuff to make tea is like plants that tolerate shade really well. And we have an entire section of our backyard that is like completely shaded, so normal like fruit and vegetable crops won't do well there, but a lot of tea stuff and herbs will. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'll start a tea garden. I won't be able to grow like tea plants, but a lot of herbal tea ingredients I'd be able to grow back there, which is fantastic for me. I cannot wait. I just need to amend the soil so that it's not all clay. But we need our compost to get rolling before I can start tilling it into the ground. Heck yes, ho level. That's my favorite thing to say when it pops up. Yeah. Which is, it's funny, because normally, I collect the entire harem of bachelors and bachelorettes whenever I do a playthrough. But I haven't been as big on the gifting this go-around. I've just been chilling. Which is surprising. Normally I'm like the biggest hoe ever in this game. Oh no. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. I still need to look into that playlist that you have, Moth. I thought that was very cute. The KK Slider version of all those songs. Damn, into them harems, huh? You think you know someone. I can't blame you. I've been playing some games lately with those type of options and always go the harem route. Well, like, I fell into the same issue with Fallout 4, right? I romanced every single character I could romance simply because I wanted to know what that like route looked like with each character, because they're all different. So I need to know their stories. I need to know their lore. You can't present me with an option and not expect me to be curious about it. So yeah, in every game where it's an option to romance multiple people, I romance multiple people. Because I have to know. When you make the herbal tea things, I want to hear about it. I'm so interested in trying different teas. OMG, yes, just YouTube every KK Slider cover ever, and it pops right up. Good to know, good to know. I will look into it. Those songs were so cool. And it would be nice to have something other than bass music, because sometimes the bass music cuts out and then there's just no noise except for you running in the background. So speaking of Fallout 4 and romancing everyone, my favorite romance to date in Fallout 4 is still Hancock, the ghoul. He's so fucking funny and his story is so good. And then next to him is probably Kate. I like that she has like a redemption from being hooked on drugs. But as far as Stardew Valley goes, I think my favorite romanceable option is still Leia. But I like all of them for different reasons. But I usually feel that way about everyone I romance. Wait, I don't think I need to turn in radishes. I do not. My reasoning is much more, I don't know, feels bad, man. There's too many times where when you get to the point in a relationship where it's like, do we make this official? And I always feel really bad about their rejection voiceover lines. Oh, so you get like, gaslit isn't the right word. You get like, oh my God. I can't think of the word. There's an actual word for that where people guilt you into doing something. But I don't remember what it is. I love Fallout and Bioshock too. I played Bioshock for the first time last year because it was free, and OMG, I felt so sad. That was the first time I experienced such a good game. Oh, I love Bioshock 1. Bioshock 2 is also good. Bioshock Infinite was alright, but Bioshock 1 was by far my favorite, and I would give anything to replay that game for the first time again. A guilt trip, yes. I don't know why that was so hard for me to think of. What is wrong with me? Ugh. Alright, it's Friday. I need to go get radishes from Pierre and plant them. I have plans for a Bioshock tattoo, but I haven't found an artist that I want to make that vision come to life yet. Unfortunately. Ba-da-da. It's Farmer Maeve. Yes, it is. If you want to get on my mom's good side, give her green tea. It would make a great gift. Alright, so what did I say? I needed radishes, right? My favorite power on Bioshock was telekinesis. You can use the silliest things as weapons, like dead bodies. Tis true, tis true. I think I also used telekinesis a lot, and then the shock one, I think I also used quite a bit too. I think if I remember right, the abilities in the Bioshock game are called plasmids, or the things that gave you those abilities were called plasmids, which as a kid, I was like, ooh, science, blah, 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 but now as an adult, now that I work in science, they say plasmids, and I'm like, oh, that's not what that is. So it kind of ruined the magic of the game a little bit, but not a lot. Just enough to make me be like, oh, they're so silly. I can see like where they're coming from with naming them plasmids, but I don't think it's quite representative of what a plasmid actually is. I think I cried laughing when I shot a person into another person. I remember throwing objects like wrenches and stuff at people or at splicers. I don't know if I ever got to throwing a person at another person. Very cool. I still have to play 2 and Infinite, but 11 out of 10. As I said, Bioshock 1 is my favorite, but the others were good too. I know there's a lot of people who like were really upset with Infinite because I actually really don't know why they were so upset. I guess it's because it's a departure from the originals, right? That are in Rapture, they're under the water, and then Infinite is up in the sky. But I didn't mind Infinite at all. It's certainly not my favorite, but it was good. I played through it at least. There's plenty of games where I'm like, this isn't worth my time, and never finish. So it could have been worse. Yeah, the shock on enemies in water, there's always like puddles lying around, so when they'd walk over them, just zapping them and electrocuting them to death in a puddle, it was great. If I remember right, Bioshock did the thing where when you zapped them in water, you saw their skeletons, correct? Or am I imagining that? Oh, it's only 3. I'm gonna go talk to people instead of going to bed. And also take another sippy sip of tea. So my lovely friend, Girl Poltergeist got me this beautiful little invention that keeps your mug warm. It's like a coaster, but it's electric. You plug it into the wall and it keeps your mug warm while you're doing stuff, so you always have a hot drink. Your drink doesn't get cold. It's the best. I use it so much. And I highly recommend it for anyone who drinks coffee or tea, but like they're doing something. Get one of these little mug warmers. They're the best, one of the best things you could buy for your house. I don't think it did, but I could be wrong. Been a long time since I played. And damn, that's awesome. It is. Get one. They're not too expensive. Like, granted, it's like an electric coaster, but worth it, in my opinion. If you want your drinks to stay hot, keep them hot. Okay. Yeah. What is y'all's favorite season? Like, IRL, what's your favorite season and why? I would have to say my favorite season is fall. Not just because my birthday's in fall, but because my favorite holiday is also in fall. I love Halloween. I think it's the best. And I think the colors are gorgeous. I love the like gradient of leaves that happen in the fall. Raccoon says summer or fall. Interesting you pick summer. Why summer? I think summer's too hot. If I had to pick one of the warmer months, it would be spring. But then again, I also live in the south, and hot in the summer is also very humid. And I hate feeling like I'm breathing soup. Though I will say, I used to live like more north than I do now, and I think it was more humid where I used to live than where I do now, even though I'm further south. I'm further south, but I'm also more inland in like Appalachia, the mountain area. So we're not coastal or Piedmont anymore, and I think that helps with humidity a little bit. You get freedom from school. Ugh, I am still in school. And I don't have to take school during the summers, but I choose to because it means I finish my degree faster. But that's my fault, I guess. It's not really a reflection on needing to be in school. I just choose to be in school during those times. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to water. To be honest, it's a tie. Fall is spectacular where I live, but also winter because I love being quote unquote snowed in and having nowhere to go but the kitchen to have a warm drink and look outside. Yeah, that sounds cozy. And the stillness that comes with winter. I pretty much only like winter if there's snow. If it's just cold and everything's dead and looks ugly with no snow, then it's it's not worth it, in my opinion. And unfortunately, I live in the south where it does not snow and it just turns gray and ugly. It doesn't get super cold, but it gets cold enough to be miserable and not want to be outside. Alright, have fun letting your doggos out. Probably fall. I enjoy the cool down from summer, but still some the options to do outdoor stuff. Also, same, the colors are gorgeous. Falling leaves also make for some scenic days. And stepping on a nice crunchy leaf on the sidewalk is one of the best things ever, in my opinion. You just see a leaf and it's sitting there and you know it's just gonna sound good. So you like jump on it and it makes a really satisfying crunch. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Um, kind of a tangent to this. When I was on deployment, I was in the middle of the desert in a country called Kuwait, and there's like a rainy, quote unquote, rainy season in Kuwait where it's like 3 days of straight rain. So everything gets really muddy and it's really awful. Um, but after it dries out, the ground does this really cool like cracking, like you see in like movies and stuff where the desert's all like cracked and blah blah blah. But not only is it cracked, it's like curling up. Like the top layer of ground curls up like leaves. And when you step on them, they make one of the most satisfying like rumbling, crunching noises ever, along with the tactile feel of feeling them crunch underneath your feet. Oh, so satisfying. I wish I would have gotten a video of it. That way I could go back and rewatch it just to re-experience it all again. But oh, 10 out of 10 would recommend the ground in Kuwait after rainy season. Oof, humid cold is bad. I'm more north, so we get decent snow. I love snow. Snow is beautiful. I love that you get snow. Winter's great until you're the guy helping the same person out of the ditch for the 5th time and they refuse to call for a ride or let you help them get to their destination. Definitely wouldn't know from that experience. Also, yes, crunch of leaves is so satisfying. Yes. I've never had to get someone out of a ditch, but I do know people do be kind of stupid when driving in the winter. But then again, people are kind of stupid driving in general on a good day, let alone in bad weather. Oh, earlier this week, I was driving home and I was like, ooh, it's real cloudy. And based on where I live from where I work, whatever weather I have where I work is the weather I'm going to have by the time I get home. So I was leaving work and it was just like torrential downpour. And when I say torrential downpour, oh, I watered the pavement. I mean, like, you could barely see, like, 20 feet in front of you type of torrential downpour. The type of torrential downpour that causes flash flooding because the ground cannot absorb water fast enough and runoff can't evacuate quickly enough to keep it from flooding. That happened on my way home, and I finally got ahead of it. And like no sooner did I get home did it just start pouring again, and I was like, no, I thought I could get home so I could let the dog out. Wow, I didn't get home in time to let the dog out before the rain, so I had to let the dog out in the rain. And I love her to death. My dog Lily is like the best dog I could ask for. However, she hates the rain, she hates water. She has been in the house for 8 hours holding her little bladder in, and I know whenever I get home she always has to pee real bad. She did not want to pee at all because it was raining. So I had to walk outside in the torrential downpour with her just so she would pee, and even then it took her like a full minute of me like yelling at her to go pee over the sound of the rain before she actually went pee, and we were both soaked by the time we got inside. It was a experience. I hated every second of it. But I just couldn't like let her get away with not peeing because that's not good for her. She's older. She's like 12 years old now. She can't hold her pee in all day. So it needed to happen. Welcome back, Raccoon. But also, the torrential downpour rain means that the giant like wood chip pile we have will get moistened so that there's no threat of catching on fire. I didn't realize that was a thing. If you have a pile of mulch or wood chips that you don't keep moist enough or wet enough, it can spontaneously combust because of the heat of the decomp inside of the pile. And I was like, what? I didn't know that. So thank God for the rain. Yep, seen that happen. was staring out the window just like, why is the neighbor's yard on fire? Oh no! Hopefully they like got it under control before any damage happened to the house. I could only imagine. Oof. Yeah, I knew compost piles got hot, which is like very important, right? Composting piles like they should get hot, and that really helps with controlling like fungal growth or like seeds of weeds that find their way into the compost pile. If the compost pile doesn't get hot enough to kill the seeds, then you'll have weeds growing out of your compost pile. So like it's important for compost piles to do that, but like just wood chips that aren't other materials, they'll just catch fire. Yeah, they did. I went out and started trying to put it out after knocking on their door to let them know. It luckily didn't spread outside of their mulch bed. Ah, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad no one was hurt. What a way to find out that you shouldn't just, like, leave a wood chip pile around without spraying it down with a hose. Let's see. Oh, can I? I think I need iridium. Oh, no, I can! Nice. Beautiful. I think I need 10 hardwood for the community center. I don't entirely remember. Oh, my axe isn't strong enough for that one. Yeah, I do believe it is 10. If I were the construction pile... Craft room, construction. 10. It is 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this and then make a run to the community center. A mahogany seed. Well, why don't we plant this somewhere? Like right... Oh, here. There we go. We need to clear some of the trees on our property. Partly because we have a huge oak tree right in front of our like house, about 10 feet away from it. And if we don't get rid of this oak tree, it's going to start causing foundation problems like in our basement. Like the roots will start cracking the wall in our basement. So we need to get rid of it. Not to mention, last fall and into the spring, this tree dropped hella acorns on the house. And it was like one of those things where if you walked outside, you either had to have an umbrella or be prepared to like cover your head because they were just constantly falling on you. It was awful. It was annoying. I hated it. Oak trees kind of suck. But from what I can gather, they don't always produce acorns. Like it's not a yearly thing. It's actually kind of interesting because from what I read, it's like they're all in sync with each other, so they all produce acorns all at the same time, but it's like once every 5 to 7 years sort of situation. Also, something I didn't know, you can make acorn flour out of the acorns that drop. You could also make zucchini flour, which I also didn't know. So if you ever grow zucchinis and you have more zucchinis around than you can eat, you can turn them into flour and make pasta and stuff. The more you know. Alright, what'd I get? Charcoal kiln. Okay, not bad, not bad. Crop research. A melon. I could do a melon in a few days. It's all good. Let's see. Who else can I talk to? Am I missing any of my, tools? I thought I dropped something else off to Clint. I think I did. It was a hoe, right? Is it done today? did I get an upgrade? I did! I now have a beautiful copper hoe. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Did I talk to you two today? Farming sounds boring. What do you even do all day? Ew, snoop around in your room. Why would I be a fucking freak like that? Dig for treasure, care for plants. I mean, I care for plants. Sounds like a lot of work. Shut up, Haley. I smell barbecue. Damn, I could go for a burger. He's such a man's man. Whereas Pearl Poltergeist would say a himbo. If the local fishing scene got a bit more lively, I might expand the shop's stock. Banana. I haven't been fishing in a while. I know Xenocus goes fishing a lot. Emily! Don't overwork yourself or you might end up in Harvey's clinic. Or Morris might pick my pockets and drop me off in my room in the middle of the night. Leah, hello. Flowing water keeps my house a little bit cooler in the summer. I can't tolerate heat very well. Hello, Elliot. The sun is angry today. My skin is a bit too delicate, I'm afraid. Dude, me too. I am one of the whitest bitches you'll ever know. No matter how much sunscreen I put on, no matter how often I'm in the sun, I will always burn and not tan. It sucks. Actually, that's false. My face will get kind of tan, but the rest of my body won't for some reason. I feel like Pearl would call me that. Fishing and homemade cut-off jorts. Oh my god, not the jorts! With boots or cowboy boots. With my hat. Also, there's the recent movement for men of having your shorts be 5 inches short. Is there? Actually, no, I'm not surprised. I work on a university and I do see guys in short shorts pretty frequently. So I'm not surprised. Though I can't imagine you in shorts that short, Xenocus. Let's see. I am not gonna make it to Robin in time. I'm going to preemptively put 10 clay in my inventory, take out all my stone, and I think the rest is gold that I need for a silo. But I'll also put fiber in here in case I need it for some reason. I don't think I will, though, but just in case. Not that short. That's a risk I ain't willing to take. Yeah, even as a girl, I don't like to wear really short shorts. I've encountered the problem now where I refuse to buy new clothes, but all the shorts I have were from like when I was in high school, prior to joining the military, prior to getting thick both with muscle and becoming more womanly in general. And I just haven't bought new shorts. So the shorts that I have ride up a lot because I'm bigger than I was back then. And I just refuse to buy new ones. But now, like, the bottoms of my butt cheeks hang out if I'm not constantly adjusting them, and I'm both annoyed but also don't want to spend the money on new shorts. It's a problem. So now I just wear sweatpants, no matter how hot it is, or leggings. I also wear leggings. Leggings are my best friend now. But sometimes my leggings are dirty, and I either have to wear shorts or I have to wear sweatpants. Hello, Abigail. I'm looking forward to fall. The cool mountain breeze, the swirling red petals, the smell. Are they red petals or are they leaves, Abigail? The smell of mushrooms. Sigh. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. I feel like the guy's short shorts movement is the same. Well, not the same. They're obviously not the same, but is kind of similar to like the women's like braless movement. There are some women who are obviously doing it for like a free the nipple thing as a statement, but there's also some women who just don't want to wear bras or they have their nips pierced, so mm, they wear stuff to show off their nipple piercings. Those make great festival shorts, but I don't blame you. I have one pair of maybe short shorts, and those are reserved for special occasions. What special occasion for your short shorts, Xenocus? Those make great festival shorts. Do you mean like the shorts that are too small for me now? That ride up real bad and show my bottom butt cheek? At that rate, you might as well just wear like panties or bathing suit bottoms. All right. To bed and then to silo building. Wait. Oh wait, I don't have the energy. I need to clear out the area where I want the silo to go before I run all the way to Robin and ask her to build something, and then she's like, you don't have the space here. Pick someplace else. Weather report. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, I always see girls wear this type of shorts at festivals for some reason, and the special occasions are usually going swimming in the river or lake fishing. I don't know why they always end up reserved for those days, but they do. Hey, as long as they're something you don't mind wearing for those special occasions, then I guess it doesn't matter, right? They're mildly perturbed today. Great. A maki roll. So something that I didn't appreciate until I was grown and out of the house was sushi. I grew up in a house where like I was like kind of gaslit into not liking sushi even though I had never had it before. So like I grew up with a household where my mom was like, oh, sushi is gross, it's raw fish, it's not good for you, it carries diseases, blah 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 blah. So I myself was like, oh well, then I don't like sushi. So I never had it, and I was just like, oh, I don't like it, it's gross, blah blah blah. And then once I was grown and out of the house and my eyes opened to the fact that my parents don't know everything and that I can experience the world for myself, I discovered the world of sushi. I love sushi. I have been on a salmon sashimi kick recently. It's all I want right now. I don't blame you. I really like my salmon rolls and I like my spicy tuna rolls. I've also, I don't know the proper like Japanese names for things. But the rolls that have the like yellow and orange like fish roe on top, I've come to really love that recently. I think that's really good. The texture of the fish roe pleases my mouth. Ah, thank you, Skyoshi. I'm gonna drink some tea and not water. I hope that's okay. And I'm sitting up straight. I will unshrimp myself. Thank you so much, my friend. How are you? I love tea. Any hydration is great. Thank you so much for accepting my tea. I'm glad you're doing great. That's good to hear. And I'm doing fantastic. We're just sitting here vibing, talking about life, talking about things. Most recently, we're talking about sushi. If you like sushi, feel free to contribute your favorite sushi. Let's see. I had a similar experience. Sushi is the shit, man. Any spicy roll or tuna piece gets me feeling some type of way. Yeah, I love me my salmon and spicy tuna. I tried, there's only been one type of like sushi roll that I haven't liked, and it it was fried salmon skin. I thought it sounded good because I was like, oh, I really like fried chicken skin. It's probably similar, right? Except like kind of fishy, like fish sticks. So I got this fried salmon skin sushi roll. I absolutely hated it. It smelled and tasted exactly like fish food. And I was like, nope, I can't do this. And it's the only time I've ever wasted money on sushi because I didn't eat it. And now I very much, if I want to try a new roll, I don't get it myself. I like kind of bring it up to friends and be like, oh, have you ever had that before? And they're like, no, but it sounds good. And I'm like, oh, you should get it. And then I steal one. I steal a piece of their roll and try it for myself. But I also grew up in a household, on the note of like my parents, or rather my mother, gaslighting me into not liking sushi. She's also the type of person who likes her steak well done because she thinks that it's like bad for you otherwise. Like she sees it like chicken where it's supposed to be cooked through, otherwise you can get sick from it. And I don't like my steak well done. It's fine if you like your steak well done because of flavor or whatever. I kind of question if you've had like a proper normal steak if you think a well done steak tastes good, but hey, if that's your preference of flavor, that's all good for you. But to be like, oh, it causes disease when it doesn't, kind of bothers me. I don't know what happened to my mother when she was a child, but she's very like weird about any sort of quote unquote raw meat. Well, so many messages. When I lived on the coast, there was a place that made the slice of fish just on rice. Oh, those are a specific type of roll or type of sushi, right? They're not a roll. Oh, I guess they are a roll. Are those maki rolls? I don't remember what they're called. So good that it was like butter, and I became a lot more adventurous. My parents are not comfy with it either. I get it. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of like older generations who are completely opposed to sushi for some reason. I don't know what happened to them like collectively as a generation, but a lot of them don't like sushi for some reason. I hated steaks for so long because my parents only ever got it well done. I finally had medium rare, and OMG, I love it. Right? Like, okay, if people who don't like medium or like medium rare steak, I don't understand it. You've either never had it or you have some sort of mental hang up thinking that like the inside is raw and like chicken, you're not supposed to eat raw chicken, so why would I eat raw steak sort of situation. Like that's the only thing I could think of for not liking a medium to medium rare steak because they're so good, especially if you get a filet mignon. Like butter. uh, I get that. I don't get well done steaks, well done steak folks, my mother also being one. Like, why must you eat shoe leather for steaks and burgers? Or like the fact that they're like, oh, I'm gonna order this steak well done, but I also need A1 sauce. And it's like, well, you need A1 sauce because it's well done. If you got a medium rare steak, you wouldn't need the steak sauce because it doesn't taste bad. I don't know. It just the well done folks are interesting, in my opinion. Oh, I said I was gonna go to Robin. Let me run to Robin. Oh wait, no, I need to clean. Ah! Sorry, guys. A little sidetracked by the sushi and the steak talk. But yeah. I don't know. Food things can be weird sometimes. Sometimes I completely get it. I understand, like, if someone was like, oh, it's a texture thing for this reason, I'd be like, oh, cool, do you. But anyone who can say that a well-done steak tastes better has never had a proper steak, in my opinion. Extra wild food experience, but also 1000 out of 10. I had steak tartare at a raw bar in Boston once, and I still think about that. So, everyone tells you not to eat raw ground meats because the grinding process introduces bacteria and places for them to grow and thrive in. If you don't know what steak tartare is, it's essentially like ground beef, but raw. Which goes against everything they tell you about food safety when it comes to ground meat, right? But steak tartare is like prepared as like this fantastic culinary feast by a trained chef with the freshest ingredients that they can get. Like, the cow was slaughtered fresh that day, sort of thing. And I'm sorry if you're vegan and are against the killing of animals, I apologize. Unfortunately, I really do like my steak. But they prepare it in a way that you're not going to get sick from it. But because we're so ingrained to think that raw ground beef is bad, like, I can see why people are opposed to eating steak tartare. However, it is my personal belief that it should be on your bucket list to try, because steak tartare, or tartare, however you want to say it, is very good in my opinion. Here's a funny one for me. I'm not a fan of mushrooms as a food. Now, give me the drug version. I'll eat that shit raw, no issue. Fuck it. Tastes like dirt. Chew, chew, swallow. I like all types of mushrooms. I like them culinarily and extracurricularly, if you can call it that. I don't know. Both are great, in my opinion. I really want to dive into the world of like the choice delicacy mushrooms. So like lion's mane and lion's mane and shiitake and like all those fun things. We actually have a bunch of choice mushrooms that grow in our backyard in the house we have moved into. And I'm super excited for September to roll around because we just have a whole mess of chanterelles. How do I get out of here? Oh no. We have a whole mess of chanterelles. How did I get in here? Just growing in our backyard, and I can't wait to harvest them and try them and eat them, and it's gonna be glorious. Also, I never knew you could eat an egg raw. Japanese people sometimes do rice and with just a raw egg on top. Yeah, okay. Fun kind of like fact about the eggs, right? In the US, we keep our eggs in the fridge because the farming, agriculture, whatever process, the process of hens laying the eggs to getting them to our table, the eggs go through a washing process and it rinses like the amniotic like fluid from the outside of the egg off of it. So the risk of salmonella in the US is like very low from like raw uncooked eggs, right? But like in other countries where they keep this like sack stuff on the outside of the egg, they keep their eggs out on the counter because they keep for a long time. Unlike our eggs, you can't keep our eggs out on the counter because this sack is gone. But they don't wash their eggs like that in like Europe. So that also means that if you don't properly rinse those eggs that you can keep out of the fridge, if you don't rinse those off and clean them prior to cooking them, you have a higher risk of getting salmonella from those eggs. So like the whole hang up in the US with raw eggs comes from something that we don't even do anymore. It just, you know, like you can replicate the same thing by coating eggs in oil and leaving them out on the counter. It replicates the same thing. It just prevents oxygen from exchanging through the shell and making the eggs go bad. It's just in the US, for some odd reason, we started washing all that off, so we have to keep them in the fridge now. Gem Bros add raw egg to protein shakes. Yeah, there's some people who just drink raw egg without adding them to a protein shake too. I couldn't even imagine trying to drink a raw egg. Ugh. My favorite cocktail, I don't find it often, is a vodka gimlet. Also like also like it sounds like Gimli, but that's another tangent. The gimlet comes with simple syrup and a frothed egg white on top, and it's such a decadent drink. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good. It kind of reminds me of like custard, right? Really, all farm fresh eggs can be kept on the counter. Even in our country, only commercial bought eggs need to be fresh. Yeah, but not very many people, when you're talking to the general population, have access to farm fresh eggs. They're usually always store bought. So if you keep your own chickens, you could keep them on the counter. Oh yeah, mothmallows. I keep my chickens' eggs on the counter, but I wash them thoroughly before I crack them, and I don't eat their eggs raw because it's still a foreign concept to me. Yeah, so mothmallow, your chicken's eggs have like, I'm assuming you don't wash them, right, when your hens lay them. Your chicken's eggs have like this kind of quote unquote sack around them, and if it's dry, it's probably not noticeable. But yeah, that keeps the eggs from spoiling as quickly at room temperature. Farmers markets are in nearly every city, and or Sprouts or some other expensive vegan grocery chain. Well, that's the issue, right? A lot of farm fresh eggs, a dozen of those is typically more expensive than what you could buy at the store. Simply because a lot of farmers, even at the farmers markets, they're quote unquote small businesses, so they're more expensive for the labor of love that they are. And I agree, they deserve all the money they can get. But for a lot of people, at least in my city, it's a luxury to be able to buy organic or farm fresh or anything like that. I don't wash them immediately, no. And they do keep just fine on my little egg skelter. Also, I have messages. Also, I have food grade ink and I have a library stamp, so I stamp them with the dates because it's still weird for me. That's really cute, though. I love your little date stamper for your eggs. I also do the egg float test. Makes sense. Farmers markets here is like hella cheaper than Walmart, and I live in a fairly big city. Interesting. Pro farmer for sure. If they needed the extra buck, fuck it, they earned it. I agree. I am fortunately able to buy local and organic whenever the markets have the stuff that we want. But I do know a lot of people who cannot at the moment, unfortunately. Oh fuck, I said I was gonna go to Robin's. I didn't though, but I cleared the space for her, which is great. All right. I would love it if I can convince my neighbors, because a lot of my neighbors have significant, like, little plots of land that would be great for gardening. I would love, 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 love if I could convince our little neighborhood area to do a community garden sort of situation, because a lot of these people are older and retired, but not so old that they can't do anything. So I think doing a garden would be a great way to get everyone like together, and it would be beneficial. I would love it, but I also just moved here and I'm the crazy like young woman who's running around doing all sorts of stuff outside. A new game is coming that you might like called Paleo Pines. The demo will be out in 4 days, but it's 3D Stardew Valley with dinosaurs as farming equipment. I love it. I love it. That does sound like it's right up my alley, if I'm being honest. Oh, Mothmellows. Paleo Pines looks so cute. I'll have to check it out. I know that there's a lot of Stardew Valley-like games on my wish list that I would like to get. Like Dinkum is a big one. And then there's a RimWorld Stardew Valley-esque type game that's on my wish list that I forgot the name of that just went on sale, and I really want it. But it's set in Scotland. And I really want to play that one. I followed for a while, but the next fest is coming out on the 19th, and they're releasing the first demo. Also add. Okay. OMG, you should 100% look at the Wholesome Direct category on Steam. I didn't know such a thing existed. I will have to check it out. Oh, I don't know why I'm in here. Why am I in here? I'm just wandering around talking to you guys. I don't even know what I'm doing in Stardew Valley anymore. Maru! Hello! I'm gonna talk to you. I can't wait to start my garden. I want to start my garden so bad, but my soil isn't ready and I don't have raised beds. Robin? Hello. I love that everyone here likes farming and gardening talk. Or my YouTube playlist for demos. I do a lot of cutesy stuff that you would probably like. Generally do coverage in under 10 minutes. Nice, nice. I found it incidentally, and I absolutely think you would love because I lost my mind at all the cute games. I'll have to check it out. I need to remember. Hold on, I have paper somewhere. I need to remember what that's called so I can look it up. Ouch. I just poked myself with the miniature that's on my desk. It stabbed me with his little mace. It's pokey. Wait. Okay. I need a pen or a highlighter will work. What is it called? Where did it go? Wholesome Direct. Wholesome Direct. Also, on the note of me writing this, are you guys left or right-handed? There's a bunch on Game Pass now too. I still don't know if I have Game Pass active or not. I know I had Game Pass at one point. I do not know if it's still active. Left-handed, right-handed, right-handed. Excuse me. Ambidextrous. But what's your primary hand? What's your go-to that you use for most things? I too would consider myself ambidextrous because I write left-handed, but I do a lot of my lab work in my research lab right-handed, simply because it's too much work to switch everything to a left-handed layout when everyone else I work with is right-handed. So I've learned how to do a lot of things right-handed for convenience, but I write left-handed, so I consider myself left-handed, even though I think most of my daily activities nowadays are right-handed. So I'm with you, Skeoshi. Left-handed babies unite. Oh, there's a spiceberry here. Probably right. I've done Calliarnus for many years, so really either. I don't know what that is. I don't see a lot of fellow lefties. Yeah, same. Though I think that's like we're like 10% of the population, right? So one out of 10 people is left-handed. That's a lot more when I say it out loud like that. It might be less of a percentage, but I thought it was 10%. Alrighty. So, it is 9 o'clock, so I am gonna find someone to raid out to. Oh, and it's raining. Okay. Twitch, Twitch, Twitch. But it's always exciting to find someone who's left-handed. Especially like when it's out in the wild, right? Like you see someone writing and you're like, wait a second, that looks different from what I'm used to seeing. And you're like, oh, they're left-handed too. It's always fun. Alrighty. Let's raid Cider, the Fox VTuber. She's really cute. It's essentially stick fighting. Spain origin from farmers fighting conquistadors back in the day. They couldn't afford steel, so they used what was in abundance, which was bamboo. Lots of judo and striking and dual sticks is common. I see, I see. Fun fact, Mr. Morden and I met on my deployment or our deployment, I guess I should say, in Kuwait. And we met in a jujitsu class. I choked him out. And then he trained, and he's really good at fixating on things, and he trained and watched a lot of videos, and then I haven't been able to do that again since. And he kicks my butt every single time now, so but it's okay. It's still fun, and I love it dearly, and it's a fun story. Yeah, just that one time though. He's kicked my butt every other time after that. He said no more. He was like, I better marry this girl. Yeah, he said wife her up. Even though we're not married yet, we have been together for 7 years now. But we are getting ready to raid Side of the Fox VTuber. I trust that you will make her evening. Be kind, be generous, be loving, and I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Show lots of support and be the best community that I know you guys are. And in the meantime, I will see you all probably Saturday with more Stardew. All right, good night. Bye-bye.